in Sydney. This episode, what is called "What is Artificial Intelligence," is a place where I ask the audience, the Twitterati, to explain what is their point of view on what is artificial intelligence, because everyone have a different way of explaining what is artificial intelligence. So what I've asked people is that if you've got a point of view, which I bet you do, then all you need to do is send me a direct message and I will bring you in. So another guest of ours today has done exactly the same. They've sent us a direct message and said that they will be interested in sharing their idea of artificial intelligence. So I bring them in, but before I do that, a few things to cover. If you're watching this on Twitter, please follow me, and you'll get more and more videos to watch. If you're watching this on YouTube, please press the subscribe button and press the bell icon. If you're watching this on LinkedIn for some reason, follow me, and there's a lot of content that flows around there. And if you're watching this on Facebook for some reason, please like this episode and share this episode with other groups which are artificial intelligence based or artificial intelligence focused. So that's very important. It's going to be very helpful for us as well. Okay, so today's guest is Dr. Monali Desai, all the way from New York. And very quickly, let me get her in. Hello, Dr. Desai, how are you?
Hi, good, how are you?
Very good, very good. So Dr. Desai, for the benefit of the audience, please take some time to introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Monali Desai. I'm a quadruple board certified cardiologist. I practice locum tenens cardiology in the US, which is I work in underserved parts of the country where they don't have enough doctors. And also I do consulting. I'm really passionate about artificial intelligence and healthcare. And so I do consulting for artificial intelligence and healthcare and also digital health product development.
Very good. So the million-dollar question, what is artificial intelligence in your point of view?
Artificial intelligence, in my point of view, I think about it in regards to healthcare. And so in regards to healthcare, there are a lot of opportunities for automation of routine tasks. And then also there's, opportunities for things like, you might have to do like imaging calculations, but a, deep learning algorithm could do that for you and save you a lot of time. In medicine, a lot of, patient care has moved away from the patient and to the computer. And I think that, artificial intelligence could kind of help take some of those tasks so that more time can be spent with the patient, by doctors, nurses, physicians, assistants. And so all of those things really can help create time, but also, we may be able to see things that we wouldn't see. So for cardiology, for example, there are a lot of imaging studies, and, there's only so much you can see with the human eye, but you could get down to the pixel with a artificial intelligence algorithm, and you may be able to see patterns or make predictions off imaging that you can't actually see with the human eye. And so that type of thing, we might find new things that we didn't know that could help us predict risk for the future.
That's interesting. In fact, I wrote an article on intelligent hospitals last year, it was, and where I mentioned that not only the automation can be done, but an important thing is that the human error that could happen when a human is operating onto a body or a patient can be minimized as well, as artificial intelligence helps various doctors to perform various surgeries and operations and something like that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that also could be helpful. What I've seen happen, and I can speak to like what's happening in the United States, but because so much has ended up on the computer, it's actually hard to sort through. And so what artificial intelligence could help do is kind of sort through the patient's electronic medical record and flag things that are important that you could have missed, or bring up ideas, suggestions, that you might not have seen, because there's so much information moving, from different places. Patients now move around and they get their care for this place or that place, and the computer systems may not talk to each other. But that's something artificial intelligence could help with, is actually sorting through all that information. And that can help, make diagnosis, treatment plans that you may not have ordinarily have seen on your own.
So if you were to define artificial intelligence in a paragraph or something, how would you do that?
I would say artificial intelligence is basically, a replication of, I guess, human decisions, based on data. So based on existing data of how decisions are being made, artificial intelligence can replicate those decisions at a faster speed than what, humans can do potentially, and take in more volume of data to do that.
Exactly. So what I and I'm improving on my definition
Yeah.
as we go through this series. And what I have come on to say is that it is about when machines start mimicking human intelligence and behaviors. That's what artificial intelligence is. And to extend to what you're saying, I think because machines can access to a lot of machine information which humans cannot, um,
Hmm.
they are much more. They can be much more precise and intelligent than in taking decisions. In other words, any use case that comes to mind that you would like to share, where maybe you were involved or you've seen that's made a huge difference.
I think in cardiology, the difference now is coming in imaging studies for us. So some things like you may have to do by used to have to do by hand, like let's say make measurements of what the heart thickness is or the heart volume. More and more, the accuracy is improving of artificial intelligence to make those quantifications for you, and then it can be more accurate, but also it can save you a lot of time that you are not, somebody is not manually having to do that. And so I think that is a big place that's already happening and will continue to improve, and save people time. Something new that I've seen is actually virtual reality, like artificial intelligence simulating scenarios, like procedural scenarios, and then staff and cardiologists being trained all on virtual reality, and artificial intelligence has simulated what you may see in person for new devices and new procedures.
Mm. That's interesting. One more question that comes to mind, and I'm sure that wasn't that I was about to ask you, was not part of the script. But what I've seen is, or I've heard is, not seen, I've heard because I'm not part of the
Mhm.
profession, is that doctors are a bit reluctant to uptake the technology. Is that what you see around you? Maybe because there is a fear that artificial intelligence will take their jobs or something like that, which I doubt, because in my point of view, artificial
Mhm.
intelligence is only going to help them, not take away their jobs. Or they're not going to replace doctors at any given point in time, but
Mhm.
they will be only it will be only an additional help to make it accurate. Do you see that kind of a fear factor or that kind of reluctance to embrace the technology?
I almost think that it might be like specialty related. And so for cardiology, I don't, because while it might make a lot of our imaging and all of that faster, when somebody is in cardiac arrest, like wants to do that except for a cardiologist. Everyone is going to call us. So there are parts of our job that really aren't replaceable. And so in cardiology, I actually see a lot of adoption, of artificial intelligence. I
Mhm.
have heard that in some specialties, like radiology, but anecdotally, because I'm not a radiologist, but where it's primarily imaging studies, that theoretically, if that is your main job and then you're not also seeing patients, then that whole part of the job, I don't think it'll be replaced. But if it's if artificial intelligence is doing it faster than, someone is, and then a radiologist just needs to go back and check what the artificial intelligence has done, then I have heard that there is more reluctance like that in some specialties.
Mhm. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time. And I
Yeah.
know it's late evening on a Sunday there. Um,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for taking time out and
Yeah, you're welcome.
coming
Thanks
in.
for having me.
Good stuff. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So, guys, that was Dr. Monali Desai, all the way from New York. I hope you enjoyed the discussion. And if you did, and if you're watching this on Twitter, please press the follow button. If you're watching this on YouTube, then press the subscribe button and the bell icon. If you're watching this on Twitter, on LinkedIn, then please follow me on LinkedIn. And if you're watching this on Facebook, please like and share this with more and more people so people get to learn. And anyways, if you're watching this on any of the platforms, I would love this to be replicated and liked and shared around so that more and more people can learn from what Dr. Monali had to say. And that's very, very interesting from a doctor's point of view on how they look at artificial intelligence and how they see it making changes into the um, hospital and the healthcare world. And I think that was great. It was a great conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye now.